mathstutor.biz, Key Stage 3 Level 3. This is based on the National Curriculum Level Descriptors. Let's start with number. So we have rounding to the nearest 10 to the nearest 100. Round these numbers to the nearest 10. So 23, that's the tens column. So to the nearest 10, that is 20. 45, to the nearest 10, the 4 is in the tens column. If it's 5 or more in the units column, you round it up. So to the nearest 10, it's 50. 237. The 3 is in the tens column, so the 3 rounds up to a 4 because the next number is 5 or more. 4,324. The 2 is in the tens column, so we get 4,320. It doesn't round up because this number is not 5 or more. The 7 is in the tens column. So it's 970 because this number is not 5 or more. So in other words, you look at the tens column, and if the next number is 5 or more, you round it up by 1. If the next number is 5 or more, you round it up by 1. Let's round these numbers to the nearest 100. So this time we're going to be looking at the hundreds column. So let's put that in before we start. So the hundreds column here is 1, the next number is not 5 or more, therefore 123 rounded to the nearest 100 is 100. In the hundreds column we've got a 3, the next number is 5 or more, it's a 6 in other words, we round it up, becomes 400. The 2 is in the hundreds column, the next number is not 5 or more, it doesn't matter how big the next number is, we're only interested in this number here. So this doesn't round up. 4,300. The next number is not 5 or more, so it doesn't round up. 6,900. The 7 is going to round this up. But if the 9 rounds up, it will go up to 10, which in fact will turn into 7,000 to the nearest 10. Rounding to the nearest 10 and to the nearest 100. You need to be able to recognise odd and even numbers. The even numbers are the 2 times table, so these are even numbers, and so on. The odd numbers are, well, the ones that are missing from the even numbers. So we need to be recognising odd numbers and even numbers. Put a circle around a number if it's even. Now if it ends in 2, 4, 6 or 8, it's an even number. If it ends in 2, 4, 6 or 8, it's an even number. If it ends in 2, 4, 6 or 8, it's an even number. It doesn't matter how long the number is, or how big the number is a better way of putting it. If it ends in an even number, it's an even number. Now, which ones are odd? If it ends in an odd number, 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9, it must be an odd number. So it doesn't matter how big the number is, if it ends in an odd number, then the number itself must be odd. Ordering numbers which are less than 1,000. So all these numbers are less than 1,000. We have to put them in order, putting the smallest one first. So let's look for the smallest number, 9. We've got 56 and 65 that are between 10 and 100, but 56 is the smaller, and then 65. Then all of these numbers here, the last 4, are over 100 and less than 1,000, but which one's the smallest? That's 700 and, 300 and, 200 and, 100 and, 200 and, 300 and then last one is the 715. So that's putting those numbers in order, smallest first. Let's look at this next group of numbers and put them in order. This time we'll do the largest number first. So where's the largest number? 500 and, 500 and, 400 and, 700 and. So that's the largest number. Now we've got two that are 500 and. So look at those a bit more carefully. Which one is the larger? 542, 541. 542 is the larger, followed by 541. So let's use those up. And then we've got 432. 87, 56. Largest one first, ending up with the 4. Notice how I cross them out as I go through so I don't lose where I am. The ability to read and write whole numbers which are less than 1,000. So it's just reading them. 98, 735, 821, 58, 999, 496, 254. But the exam at Key Stage 3 is a written exam, so it's not only a case of being able to read these numbers, we need to be able to write these numbers down in words. For example, let's just do that one. 700 and 35. So we need to be able to read the numbers and be able to write them down in words. And round the other way, if they're written in words, we need to change them back to be using what we call digits. Each of these is a digit, and then they make a number when you write the digits down. So let's look at 347. 347. 106. 106. 550. 550. 615. 615. Being able to read and write whole numbers less than 1,000.